Hey guys, welcome to another episode of True Tarot. So our viewer today is CA. She is an Aquarius, and her partner is WT, and he is a Gemini. They have been together for about a year, and things are going good. Things are going well. Now, CA is writing because her partner, WT, has recently had a major heartbreaking crisis with his family. Now, this is among other traumas from a couple of years ago as well. So apparently this is something that he has been dealing with for a few years now. Traumas that affected him, probably the whole family. And again, something major, very heartbreaking that happened with his family recently. Now, CA and WT are working together. They're supporting each other in healing, which is just beautiful. So we have two questions, and so I'm going to do two readings. One is the family and the family crisis and other trauma causing any of his physical health issues. So I'm going to do a line for him, a line for the issues, and a line for the impact on him. And it can get jumbled. My intention is always for it to be boom, 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 but it can get all jumbled up. Then we'll do a second quick reading, because her second question is, what can they do together, CA and WT, more of, less of, to have happier, healthier lives. So again, I'll probably do a line for him, a line for her, and then maybe a line with advice from Spirit. And again, it always gets all jumbled. Nothing is ever as clear as I would like. So let's go ahead and start with the first part. I want to know specifically about WT, the traumas that he's gone through, the major heartbreaking crisis that his family has recently gone through. How is this affecting him? And maybe also, what can he do? You know, I think it's lovely that CA is there to support him and help him, but the bottom line is the way that WT chooses to approach this and deal with this is going to be the major thing that's going to help him personally. But then we do have concern for the relationship. We want CA and WT to continue to support each other and to have a beautiful, loving relationship. So let's see what we have. We have the Eight of Pentacles, the Three of Cups, the Three of Pentacles, the Chariot, Page of Swords, the Nine of Pentacles. Wow. You guys, what I'll do, I'm freaking out. What I will do sometimes is, I'm not sure what deck to use, so I'll shuffle a deck, I'll lay out a few cards, get the vibe. If I don't like the vibe from that deck, sometimes I have to put decks on timeout. Then I'll try another deck. I used this deck, and I laid out some cards, and I was like, that feels good, I'm going to use this deck. Freaking amazing. This card, and this card are all the same cards, and they're in exactly the same position. I am straight freaking out. This card was there too. Oh my God. These cards never, ever cease to freaking amaze me. I am blown away. Okay. My God. You saw me shuffle, right? I am blown away. Okay. Here's the deal. No! Oh my God. Okay, that's enough. We don't have to. Okay, go outside and do that. Go bark at the neighbor dogs. Sorry, you guys. With the Eight of Pentacles, I see WT committed. I see WT committed to his family. I see WT, now this is the male that's gone through the heartbreaking crisis and the trauma with his family. I see WT committed to this relationship with CA. I see WT committed to his family. With the Three of Cups, I always get the, sometimes, depending on the reading, if it's a love reading, it could be meeting someone, a love partner through friends, and this could be how CA and WT met. But whenever I see this card, I always think of inner circle, and I didn't learn that from anywhere. It's just something that always whispers in my head when I see it. So I feel like WT has a small inner circle of friends and family, and I feel like he is getting support from them, and he is giving them support. So I feel like he's really supporting his family, he's really supporting CA, and he's getting support from CA, and I'm feeling like he's getting support from his family. With the Three of Pentacles, it's about community, it's about working together. This could just be another confirmation that that WT, the male, whose family is going through these crises, that WT is getting support from his, like maybe widening the circle a bit, maybe from his community, from other friends. This could be them reaching out to organizations and agencies for help. Say if this was a loss in the family, the death of someone through maybe alcohol or drugs or something like that, getting support from organizations and agencies. I'm just getting a real energy of working together. With the Chariot, I feel like this thing happened unexpectedly, this last heartbreaking crisis. I feel like one day they just went to sleep, and then the next morning they woke up, and then all of a sudden they heard of this thing, and I feel like it was very shocking. I just feel like, wow, I just talked to so-and-so, is what I'm hearing. I feel like someone's gone. This may not be what happened, but I feel like there's some kind of a loss, okay? With the Ten of Swords, we do have an ending, a painful ending. With Death and Rebirth, I don't usually take death as death. I usually take it as a transformation. But with Death and Rebirth and the Ten of Swords, I feel like someone could be gone. Someone could have left us on this plane of existence. I feel like that could be very painful, of course. I've been through that. Expected and unexpected. It's never easy, even if it's expected, but unexpected is very hard to deal with. I feel like with the Page of Swords and the Nine of Pentacles, I feel like we're getting some messages from Spirit here. That there's a lesson to be learned from this. even if it's the sad lesson of learning how to deal with whatever this loss is. You know, if you would have asked me in my 20s, if you would have told me about the loss that I would have experienced, I would have run screaming out of the room thinking I couldn't handle it. Lost a few people at a very young age. And it's very, very hard. And there's a learning and an acceptance that's going to have to happen in order for WT to deal with this, whatever this loss is. Now is a time for WT to be introspective and to really focus on self-care. Here's the deal, CA. You cannot cure him out of this. He has to do this himself. You can support him as much as you can. And I think it's beautiful how you guys are working together to support each other in this healing. But he's going to need to make this decision on his own and focus on himself. He's going to need to focus on his spiritual, emotional health. He may need to go to counseling. I mean, it's great that you're there, but you're not his nurse, you're not his doctor, you're not his therapist. You know what I mean? Like, you are there, and you are helping, and that is invaluable. But he may need more. I'm just saying, he needs to work through this pain. But I have some really good news here, okay? With the Temperance card, the Magician, and the Wheel, I feel like, gosh darn it, I've got one dog that sounds like one of those bay hounds. I really do apologize about the dogs. Things are going to turn soon. Okay? WT is going to be able to transmute all of this pain and loss and sorrow, maybe anger, whatever all feelings he is having. He's going to be able to transmute this. The Temperance card promises that. It also tells me that he is protected by his angels. If this is a family member who passed, this family member is there standing behind him, helping him and supporting him. If it's not specifically in this instance what happened, he does have family members, ancestors, spirit guides standing behind him, supporting him through this. He is not alone. And he has you, but he's also not alone on the spiritual plane. And they're going to help WT transmute, transform this energy from one of loss and sadness and grief into one of happiness and joy. He'll be able to celebrate. I swear, I could be wrong, but I feel like he lost someone and now he's wallowing in the loss, but he'll be able to celebrate the life. And if that's not it, it's something like that. Okay? Once he is able to get to, you know, there's 5 stages of grief, right? I can't remember them all. Denial, bargaining, grief, acceptance, you know, whatever. And I feel like right now, WT may be in the denial or the bargaining, but I feel like soon things are going to shift and WT will be able to begin to start to deal with this. With the Magician, he'll begin to be able to manage this. I mean, this is some major arcana here, okay? This is big stuff. We've got the Wheel, the Magician, Temperance, the Star, and this is all about getting better. He's going to be in control. You know, there'll probably be times when the grief hits him again, and he may have to, I'm not making a joke, go lie down for a day or 3, but he'll know that he's going to be okay. The Star is all about healing, okay? The Star is all about healing, about a wish or a dream coming true. I think this is your wish and your dream that he can work through this. Do I see anything bad happening to WT's health because of this? No. But the message that I am getting strongly is that he needs to work through this. He needs to become a student of healing. He needs to really work on the healing. So whether he needs to go to counseling, you know, some type of therapy, counseling, he needs to work hard at healing. I would say with the Nine of Pentacles, he may need to isolate himself, not necessarily from you, but from outside life, if he can take a break from some things to work on himself. Work on himself, work on himself, work on himself. I see he needs to do a lot of work on healing. I don't see anything negative happening to him as a result of the grief and the pain. But I do see him needing to work very hard on transforming this pain and this loss and these negative feelings into something else that he can deal with. You know, if someone's past, it's hard to transform it from the loss and the grief and the guilt and all that into joy. The only thing I can get from that is to celebrate the life that the person lived and the good that they did and the impact that they had while they were here, and to be thankful that we had them for the time that we did. And again, I don't even know if this is the loss of a person, but I do feel like something happened very quickly that was unexpected, and I do feel like something was lost, and I don't know if it's a person or what it was. But anyway, your first question. Is this affecting or causing any of his physical health decline? Hell yeah. Stress is a killer. Grief is horrible. It's a horrible thing to go through, but I do see him working through it. I don't see any adverse effects to him. I see him working through it, but I'm also getting a message from Spirit that there needs to be a commitment to the healing from him for him. Just remember too, CA, as supportive as you are not his nurse, you're not his therapist. You can be there, and he's so lucky to have you, and I'm so glad that you guys are working together. But just remember, as much as you support him, it's not your job, and I don't mean that in a bad way, but you're not trained, you know? I mean, unless you are. You didn't tell me that you're a trained psychologist, and even so, you don't work on those who are close to you, right? So, if he's experiencing, like, mental health issues, not being able to sleep, insomnia, all that stuff, if he's not feeling well due to stress and grief and loss, yes, that is affecting him. I don't see any long-term negative effect, but we got a screaming message from Spirit that he needs to work on himself, to work on healing himself, and to get through these 5 stages of grief. I'm not even going to say as quickly as possible. It takes people however long it takes them, but he does need to get help. He needs to be committed to his healing. All right. Now, what can you guys do more of, less of, to continue this healing and move forward with a healthy and happier life? Sorry, I'm already telling this story to myself in my head. 8 of Wands, King of Swords, Death and Rebirth again. 6 of Cups, 8 of Cups, Queen of Pentacles, 3 of Cups, 4 of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, King of Wands. Okay. So, here's what you guys can do. I feel like the 8 of Wands is saying, take quick action. There's a need for clarity. We have the King of Swords. There's a need for clarity, or some type of clarity is going to come in that's going to help. Whatever that is. Whether you're learning something about the situation that makes you feel better about it. Whatever this heartbreaking crisis thing was. Or whether it's clarity with WT that, hey, I need to focus on myself. I don't know. But something's going, some kind of truth, some kind of message, some kind of event is going to come in within the next 7 days that is going to give you clarity. Okay? With the Death and Rebirth card, it just even more confirms that this may have had to do with a loss of a person. But also here, what it is showing me is a transformation. I think this clarity will help WT begin to look at things differently. Again, whether this is therapy or finding out more about the crisis or how it happened or why it happened. But something is going to happen in a week. It's going to bring clarity that's going to help kind of transform the pain. We have, with the 6 of Cups, we have looking to the past. I feel like this is a message from Spirit saying, look at the good from the past. Whatever this situation was. I just can't stop thinking that it was the loss of someone. And if it was, look at the beauty of this person's existence. Look at what they brought. Look at how many people they touched. And if it isn't a loss, look at what was before this crisis happened. I'm hearing not all is lost. With the 8 of Cups, I feel like this is a message from Spirit to walk away from the loss. Like, learn to leave the overwhelming grief and loss behind, because we have loss and lack here. It's like we've got to get over this loss and lack. Again, Maybe, I don't think get over is the right phrase. Work through. We've got to work through this. Okay? Again, with the support of friends and family. Okay? We have the Queen of Pentacles. I think this is you, CA, providing your support. This is a message from Spirit. While WT is working through these emotions, this is you, strong, solid, nurturing, supportive. With the Hermit and the High Priestess, I see a real need again. This is what you can do. You can do less focusing on the loss. But that takes time. I mean, I feel even bad just even saying that. But you can do less focusing on the loss and more focusing on what it was before, or what it is that you still have. I don't know how else to word that. There's healing with the Hermit and the High Priestess. There's definite healing. I see praying, meditating. That's what you guys can do. If you're traditionally religious, pray together. If you're not, find a way, go on YouTube and find healing meditations. There's binaural beats, there's guided meditations. Do healing meditations. But here's the good news. I see you guys working through this with the King and Queen of Wands. You're going to own this. You're going to be okay. You're going to be triumphant with the Six of Wands. You're going to work through this. The main message, though, is for WT to focus on his healing. And what you can do together is praying, meditating. Just remember, you're not responsible for his mental health. And the reason I'm saying that is because you can feel a great responsibility and want to help and want to heal. But people have to do it at their own time, in their own way. It's kind of a thing. I guess what I'm trying to say is, CA, it's a thing that he'll have to do a lot on his own. I mean, you can be there. He doesn't have to go off and be alone. But this is something that he has to kind of work through in his own head, in his own heart, by himself, at his own speed. We can't rush these things. Some people could take 6 months or a year to be functional again. Some people never become functional again. I don't think, from the cards, I don't think that's going to be WT, but I'm telling you, whatever this heartbreaking crisis is, this bad thing, this loss, this pain, this grief, whatever it is, it's going to take him however long. But you know, from the cards before with the Eight of Pentacles, I see him committed to working through this. I see him committed to you. I see him committed to his family. Or whoever this inner circle of support is, whether it's family or close friends or, you know, whoever. Okay, I hope that I don't see this having negative adverse effects like health-wise, like anything super bad. But I do see him needing to commit to his own healing and focusing on that. And that's something he's going to have to do for himself, by himself. So this is what I have for you, CA. I wish you guys the best. Okay? I really do. Stick it out together. You guys are so lucky to have each other, to support each other through this situation. He's so lucky to have you. So, hang in there. Appreciate you trusting me with this reading. And please do continue to watch. And if you want to comment, I'd sure appreciate it. Anyway, bless you. Love you guys. Bye.